I'm going to go through how app versioning works in Breezi. So basically for any given app, whether it's a block of text, your social media icons, images, videos, for any of the apps that you choose to use, you can have multiple versions of them. So you can have more than one version of a video player, more than one block of text, or you might use the text app for headings. So you might have several versions of it. And the way it's organized is that you can go into your apps and you can click on any of them to see how many versions you have and which pages they're on. So let's take the slideshow for example. Right now, if we click on slideshow here, we'll see that there's only the one version so far, this version A, installed on the home page. Other apps we have more than one version. So for text, there's already a number of different versions that we've created. Some are on multiple pages, like B is on the home page and this new page. So that's basically how you can check to see which versions you have and which pages they're on. You can also mouse over this icon that says swap for another app version. That also shows you which versions there are already, which pages they're on, and it lets you basically change out if you want to swap to, let's say you create a different version. I'll go through that in a second. But those are the two places that you can check to see which versions you have, and here you can change to a different one if you'd like to. So the ways that you can create a new version of an app are you can go to swap version where we just were and click create new app version. So we'll do that real quick. And the way it works when you add a new version is that you can go and add that to any of your pages and it gives you kind of default content. So if we go into slideshow, we now have that version B and we can drag it into our page. The same way we can go into the same panel we were just at and click the install new version. And that's going to give you a complete kind of blank slate version of that app. You can also create a new version by duplicating an existing version of the app. So if we click the 2x option, that's going to basically give us a complete duplicate of that version of the app with the same styles, the same content, the same everything, but it's its own unique version. So if we edit the content there, it's only going to change there. So going back, if we click into apps, we'll see that there are actually 3 versions of the slideshow app now, A, B, and C, all on the home page. Now, when you create a new page, you can basically choose to copy over apps, and I want to go through that real quick because this is something that some folks get a little bit tripped up on. So if we go add new page, we're not going to go through all the options here. We'll just create the page. You have the option to copy over everything. And when it does this, this basically gives you a shared instance of everything that you had on the previous page. So we're copying everything from the home page. Not only is it going to copy all the styles, the look and feel that we've set, it's also going to give us the same versions of all these apps. So if we edit them on one page, it'll make that same change on another page. So I'll show you that real quick. Okay, so here's our new page. Has the same layout, same design, same everything, and it has all the same versions of the apps. So if we click on any of these apps, we'll see that it's a shared version with that home page. So that works particularly well. So you can see it's on home, this page 3, and also this new page 4. Same with all the other apps, so it's a shared version. And what that does is basically, if you edit any of these apps that are shared with the other page, it's going to edit them in those other places too. So you can have the same version of an app across multiple pages, which is good for headers and footers and things that are repeated, because then you just edit them one time and it changes on all your pages. But for unique content, you need to create new versions of your apps. So let's say you want a new slideshow for this page, and we don't want to use these same 3 that are here, but we want to keep the same styles. What we can do is, again, 2x that app, and then we can delete our other versions, because we don't want to, maybe we don't want those on our new page, we only want them on the home page. So we'll delete these other versions here, and just keep our new unique version. Again, we can go into swap and see our versions, or click into apps and see that this new version that we duplicate is only on page 4. Those other 3 that we just removed, they're all on the home page. So you can always check there. So meaning that basically we can go and edit this app and it's only going to make the change on this page. So I'll just, for example, put a new image in there. And we can see, show you in a second, but this is only going to be reflected on this individual page because this version of the app is only on this new page. But if we go into a shared app, again, this version of the app, this text block here, if we went into swap, we'll see that this is both on the home and a couple of other pages, including this new page. So if we change that heading, So I'll click in the text here. It's going to also change that in the other page. So we'll kind of wrap this up in a sec, but let me just show you real quick so you can see that change. Any of the shared apps, when you change them on one page, changes them on all the pages. So for unique content, when you're creating a new page, make sure that you either duplicate the app to create new versions or just install completely new versions. So as you can see here, when I change it to new heading, also changed it on the home page, but these apps are still unique because they're only here on this page, and when I added that new image on the new page, that was for its own version. So we're going to be adjusting this as we go. We're actually adding a new interface soon for how apps are managed and accessed, which will make it a little bit easier to move around. But just for now, so you know, this is how app versioning works. Thanks a lot.